Mecklenburg County Planning Commission to order. If you'll please stand with me and do the pledge of allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
First item on our agenda tonight is a preliminary plat review. Sandy Ridge Estates, Mr. Hendricks. $49.
Basically, what you got before you is a continuation of a developed property by the same property owner. Some time ago, they presented me a minor subdivision with 5 lots in. They're adding 3 more lots to that, creates a major subdivision. So therefore, it has to go before the planning commission and the board for review and approval.
Okay. And it borders on 2 different roads, correct?
Yes. 49 and 74th,
Fork
and
Road.
they do have a disposal site dedicated to the county.
Okay. That's the new tower right there.
We're at Sandy
Yeah.
Fort Road, the one in Clarksville.
Mm-hmm.
There's no location map, I just didn't know where we were located.
That'd be on file.
That's just a lot.
Yeah, it's a big lot.
Yeah, that's a big lot. Okay, everything meets. Okay. All right. And you do have your trash collection
Yeah,
thing,
it's on Highway 49.
right? We still working on the
Yep.
description
We'll
of
get that next month.
All right. All right. Any discussion? Okay, do I hear a motion on this preliminary plat?
I make a motion, we approve it.
Second.
Motion been made and second. Approve this plat. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries. We're now going to public hearing. Have a, I'm gonna wait till you get, oh, okay, sorry. Switched up our agenda tonight. Yep. We now go to item 4, application by Dominion Power for the 2232 review. We did receive some more letters. I think everybody has those. We received some from Seven Bridges and some from Dominion and others. And we did receive our letter back from the attorney. Everyone got that?
Yeah.
Okay,
Russell Slate.
right. Is there any discussion on this 2232 review?
Well, this letters we got, if anybody familiar whether they were from people that lived around it, that approved, that was in favor. I saw a lot of them was, I didn't recognize any of the names, and I noticed one of them was from, Chapel Hill, North Carolina, that was
Right.
all in favor.
I didn't know any of them.
I didn't recognize none of them.
This letter we got from the attorney for Seven Bridges saying that the Finneywood solar project is less than 2 miles from Grasshopper. Is that true?
That's their measurement. I measured out the county GIS, and I came up with 10,386 feet from property line to property line.
So our measurement is 2 miles or more?
More than 2 miles.
More than 2 miles.
Okay,
Therefore, there shouldn't be a conflict.
that's correct. Any other discussion on this? Do I hear a motion on this application?
I make a motion that, based on Dominion meeting all of the requirements that we've set forth in our solar ordinance and the comprehensive plan, and that it is located more than 2 miles and less than 500 acres, that we approve the 2232.
Okay, motion's been made. Is there a second? Second by Mr. Watson. Robert, would you like to do a roll call on this, please?
Yes. Mr. Lather?
Yes.
Ms. Dennis?
Yes.
Mr. Briere?
Yes.
Mr. Rourke? Corker?
Crocker.
Crocker?
Yes.
Mr. Ramey?
Yes.
Mr. Crump?
Yes.
Mr. Warren?
Yes.
Mr. Brinkley?
No.
Mr. Hayes?
Yes.
Mr. Watson?
Yes.
Vote carries 9-1
All right,
to
motion,
approve.
motion carries 9-1. We're now going to public hearing. Next item on our agenda is application by Russell Dickerson for a special exception permit. Mecklenburg County Zoning Office has received the application by Russell Dickerson for a special exception permit to allow for a custom apparel business. This property is zoned agriculture, is located on the west side of Highway 707 Phyllis Road, approximately half a mile north of its intersection with 615 Red Lawn Road. This is in election District 6. Is there anyone here to speak for this application? Please come forward and state your name.
My name's Russell Dickerson. I'm the business owner.
Okay. Could you tell us a little bit about it?
Basically, it's a business that I've been operating out of my home for about the past 7 years. And it's kind of progressed to the point where it's just getting a little bit too big for the spare bedroom that I'm operating out of. So I want to put a shop up on my property, just as like a production facility.
Ms. Dixon, could you be more specific as actually what you actually do?
I do custom screen printing and embroidery and vinyl work. Basically T-shirts, hats. I also do promotional products like coffee mugs, tumbler cups, stadium cups. Basically just about anything you can print on.
Did you do the decal on your shirt or your
Yes, sir.
hat?
Yes, sir. I did both of those.
Yes, very good work.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Okay. What kind of business hours are you planning?
It actually is just a kind of a side business. It's something I started when my first son was born, just to kind of pay the college fund. And it has just kind of progressed to a little bit more than it's just something that takes up a lot of my free time.
I understand.
Yeah, I just use it. I pay the college fund with it, and a little bit extra,
Okay.
a little bit extra for the family.
All right.
Just kind of a night and weekend type of thing.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anyone else here to speak for this? Anyone to speak against? Did we receive any?
No telephone calls and no emails and no letters.
All right. This is in election District 6. Is there, I hear a motion on this
Yeah.
application?
Mr. Chairman, I recommend we approve based on the following reason. The county has approved this type of applications in the past. It will not be detrimental to the public welfare. It will not affect adversely the health or safety of persons or the neighborhood for the proposed use.
Okay, motion's been made. Is there a second?
I second.
Second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you.
We're now going to close public hearing. Approval of the minutes from April the 28th.
Mr. Chairman, the minutes have been reviewed and corrections have been made
if there were any, and I recommend that we approve the minutes of April 28th, 2022.
Okay, motion's been made to approve the minutes for April 28th, 2022. Is there a second?
Second.
Second? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries. If y'all would like to scoot out, y'all can. Thank you.
Everybody should have a copy of the zoning administrative monthly report and the building permit. My numbers weren't all too bad, but erosion and sediment control, and these are commercial properties and homes
Yes, sir.
that I'm now collecting for. We had a total of 19.
Wow. Very nice. Very good.
And the other thing that I would like to discuss with you all, of course, I've talked to Mr. Carter and the county attorney. Basically, on the decisions that are made is basically up to me. So what I've done is we've done a little research with some of the other we require 150 foot setback from the property lines, and we have the buffer, and then we actually have, say, the project.
Right.
So basically what they are doing is they're classifying the project as everything that's inside of that fence.
Correct.
They measure from fence to fence, and that's what I'm gonna start doing.
Okay.
Measuring from fence to fence, instead of property line to property line. Because you're dealing, like I said, you're dealing with the setbacks that we require, the buffer that we require, the wetlands that may be out there. So it's gonna, the project itself is still gotta be under 500 acres or less. But the property that's gonna be involved is definitely gonna be more than 500 acres. So that's the way I need to start looking at it. And that's the way some of the other localities look at it. And like I said, I've talked to Wayne, I've talked to Russell, and they basically said it's my call.
Okay.
So we're looking at the 500 acres just within the fence?
Yes, sir. Anything that's within that fence cannot be more than 500 acres.
And that's the way the one we just voted on is made up.
Correct.
Correct.
So, like I said, now the measurement will be from fence line to fence line instead of property line to property line.
Okay.
So that means there's room for 7 bridges.
I won't know until everything is really presented and I can get all the numbers together. 7 bridges, yes, could possibly fall within that 2 miles. I would have to measure.
Rob, now, do we need to make an amendment?
No, sir.
So, okay, that's what
No, you don't, because we're not changing anything
Okay.
in the zoning ordinance. That's still gonna be a total of 500 acres for the project.
It's still gonna be the 2 miles.
And it'll still be the 2 miles and the miles from the town. But it's gonna be from fence line to fence line instead of property line to property line.
So it don't matter if it's 2,000 acres, as long as it's 500 acres in that fence.
Correct.
Okay.
Is the 500 acres are in the fence when we're talking about being away from town limits? Are you going to measure from the fence to the town limits also?
I would probably still do from the project because the ordinance reads the project and not the property line. So that would still probably fall in from the fence to the town limits.
Fence to the town limits?
Mhm.
Okay.
Well, I don't know if it's gonna come before the county board of supervisors or not, or something that we may need to take a look at some point. We got 9 districts in this county, and we got 3 solar farms already approved, and they in the 8th district combined. We got this one that we just talked about, that would be in the 8th district. The potential 7 bridges will be in the 8th district. So, I think I got a problem with them, but I think at some point we need to look at maybe moving them out a little bit. I don't feel like we should be the lucky ones to get them all, and and so I think that's it's whether this planning commission needs to look at going forward, because I know we got a lot of land still in our district that's under option right now today, so I don't think we've seen nowhere near the last one, you know, and of course, if they fall under this, guidelines, you know, we keep approving them, but, I mean, I just, you know, like I say, this may be something for the board of supervisors to take up, but I don't know whether their constituents would be real happy with 5, 6, 7 solar farms in one district. And I think it's something that we need to really look at. I mean, we've had one other one that come up that was not in the district, and that one was not approved. So I know we got a lot of power lines, but, you know, we've kind of lived with the power lines for a while. You know, now it looks like we're living with all the solar too. So, you know, we don't want to be greedy and get it all. So I don't know, that may be something probably that.
Well, the other thing that I have found with some of the other counties in doing some research is they are now looking at putting a total acreage of solar in the county.
In the county,
In the
have a
county.
whole total.
You know, once you get, I'm just gonna use an example, 10,000 acres, they're done. No more is coming.
Yeah, but I think still that even with that, we need to look at it not all being in one district, because we could potentially end up with the whole 10,000 acres on one end of the county at one group, right around one group of people. And
Yeah,
I think that's really wrong for them too.
but
Live with-
unfortunately, I can't tell them where to go
Right.
and look.
Yeah, right, it's true. But I mean, maybe that's something that the board needs to take a little more in-depth look at.
This is just rumor, but Southampton County has got some dead fish turning up, and I don't know if it's mercury or what, but they're doing an investigation, but I don't know, that could be rumor. I'm not saying, don't say layman say it, but
I haven't
That's a
read
word I-
anything or seen anything on that yet.
yeah, so I don't know if it's true or not, but it's,
But trust me, if anything comes in breaking news related to this topic, I read it.
have you heard that, or that's
No.
just word on this?
I haven't heard that yet.
The only thing I've heard was they had a few solar farm fires. Other than that, I hadn't heard anything.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything past a couple fires. I mean, I did read an article, it was down in Texas where the guy had the panels on his roof and they caught fire, and his house caught fire. But, you know, other than that, the thing in Southampton, I haven't heard anything on that, or read anything on it.
You have anything coming next month?
No, y'all have any other questions, concerns?
I don't think so.
I mean, David, it might be someone that you can talk with the board to see if maybe you want to limit how many go into a certain area.
Into each district, and then,
Each district.
and then a total acreage.
I will tell you, I am getting phone calls. So, you know, and I said something to Wayne about maybe looking at the total acreage, and he's sitting out right now. But Jared would tell you, my phone's been ringing off the hook and inquiring.
Maybe, we could look at proposing a percentage of the acreage in each district and limiting it that way, you know, so it would be dispersed evenly
Right.
in all the districts.
We was hoping the 2 mile would do that a little bit, but that kind of worked around that. I know when we did the first two, when we brought up the 2 mile, when Francis was here, he said, the first thing he told me was, you don't have to worry about that because we'll be filled up the grid with the 2 or 3 we got. But,
The grid growed.
some of the grid got bigger.
So they gonna put the clover plant back online too?
Yeah.
So,
So
That was
you're speaking, on behalf of the Board of Supervisors.
Yeah, what I'm talking about, yeah. Yeah, that we need to maybe take a look at that.
Well,
We will have a meeting next month. I got several amendments to the subdivision and zoning ordinance coming before you.
Okay.
subdivision.
Yeah. We've got to change a few wording and add some stuff.
Okay.
Times are changing, so I got to catch up.
There you go. All right. Do I hear a motion we adjourn?
so moved.
Motion's adjourned. Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor, get up and run out.